First thing we are going to do is correctly install our large object cylindrical rotary. For this, we need the driver box, connecting cable from driver to machine, power cable, and connecting cable from rotary to driver. First, connect the driver cable to the machine. Second, connect the power energy cable to the driver. Third, connect the cable from the rotary to the driver. And finally, connect the driver to the port number 4 and the back of the machine. Once all the cables are connected, we can turn on the driver. After making all these connections and turning on the driver, adjust the object that we will engrave. For this example, I'm going to use a thermal or tumbler. I will explain the most common mistakes that we make when engraving a large cylindrical object. For this video, we will engrave vectors with the rotary stepper motor device using a rotary mark engraving tool of ESCAD. The first step is to draw a rectangle with ESCAD tools. Remember that in some small laptops, we cannot see all the filling tools. For this, we must select with left click the top bar of our menu and slide up or down. In this way, we can see the rest of the menu of our fill tool. And for the engraving of these tumblers, I will use the following engraving parameters: 1500 speed, 30% of power, and a frequency of 25 Hz. Once the engraving parameters are ready, set up the engraving working area. I will place the tumbler under the sensor red light beam and then let the material sensor find the correct engraving point. This sensor will do it automatically, and you will know when the material sensor finishes working once you hear the alarm. Once the sensor finishes works, press the F1 button on the keyboard. You will activate the working area preview, and you can easily arrange where you will make your engraving. Now go to the option laser, and for the vector engraving, choose the tool rotary mark. Within this menu, we can choose the size of the engraving step, and for this example, we will select 10 and press F1. I can see that it is too big for this object, then I will choose 5 and press F1 again. Remember that to exit the preview, you must press the escape button. Once we are sure that the material sensor did its job and that the engraving area is in the place we want, place the design in the center of our conical object and press F2 to start engraving. Right here is when we begin to see one of the most common mistakes. We see that our engraving is not uniform, and this happens because the engraving surface is not consistent and has ups and downs, as we see. We can solve this by adjusting the rotary and configuring it straight as possible. In this case, I guide myself with the lines of my motor to be sure that my rotary is totally uniform and in line. Once our rotary is adjusted, We can do the test again. Still, I can see a line between each engraving. These lines are virtually impossible to eliminate completely because this is a rotary stepper motor. If you are looking to have a perfect rotary engraving and want to avoid all this step-by-step configuration, then you must use a rotary with a servo motor, which you can find the operating video tutorial in our website www.barslaser.com. For our stepper motor configuration, what we are looking for is to have the least margin for marking lines on the surface. The main goal is to configure our rotary to have the least effect of separation lines in the engraving. Seeing that our lines were left with a small gap, we go back to our parameters and begin to change the settings little by little until best possible result with our stepper motor. After several minutes setting up the stepper motor, this is the closest result to an engraving without separating lines. Now we will choose a vector to keep testing. I set it to be right on the center of my engraving area and I rotate it to 90 degrees by pressing Ctrl button and left or right arrows buttons on my keyboard. Then I move slowly by pressing the right or left arrows keys on my keyboard, and once my design is in the engraving area that I want, I proceed to set up the hatch. I will also add some text. And once we have finished adjusting the design, we return to the Rotary Mark tool and press F1 to see the area we want to engrave. Here we have a new set of tumblers ready to be engraved with the parameters that we set up in the software. I'm not sure if you can see this through the camera, but the engraving will be wrong. This is the second most common mistake when engraving a large cylindrical object. But let's see the engraving result first. I press F2. And as you can see, the engraving is not uniform, and this is due to the poor assembly of the rotary device grippers. When these grippers are not installed in order, the rotary will not grab the object in the center, and we will have the same engraving error that we saw in our last test. This is the correct setup of a rotary device. As we can see, all three grippers looks different from each other and have an assembly order. All three grippers on the rotary have a number, and this must be assembled in order. In this case, I will start with the number 3. We will continue with the number 2. And finally, number 1. In the end, we will see the 3 grippers of our rotary entirely centered. Once the 3 grippers of our rotary are ready, then we can start making the engraving again. As you can see, the result of the engraving is excellent, and the quality engraving and resolution of the machine is perfect. For more videos, tutorials, and more information about our engraving machines, subscribe to our YouTube channel and like our videos. We upload content like this every week. Also, remember to visit our page web www.barslaser.com. We're Barslaser, and see you in the next video.